PrizePicks. Hello everyone, this is Mike with BetBlitz. Welcome back to your source for daily sports picks. Today's a new day and we are looking to set you up with a few of some of the best picks on both PrizePicks as well as Underdog. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 150 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks in our next video. So take a moment and hit that like button. Also, at the end of this video, let us know down in the comment section below which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, and any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. And if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community. Now you can gain access to the outlet for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. Today we will be getting into the NBA's Friday slate of games, so again, take a moment, hit that like button. If this video gets above 150 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks in our next video. So for our first pick, we'll be headed over to the 3-pointers made tab, and this time we'll be selecting LaMelo Ball for less than 2.5 3-pointers made. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, and by the way, if you'd like to try Outlier for yourself, click our link in the description below to gain a free 7-day trial. We see that this is a line LaMelo Ball has actually failed to exceed in 7 of his last 10 games, including in 7 straight games for LaMelo Ball falling below this line. Additionally, this is a line LaMelo Ball in his last 20 games has failed to exceed in 50% of them. This season, this is a line LaMelo Ball failed to exceed in 7 of the 11 games he played. In his last matchup versus the Chicago Bulls, this is a line LaMelo Ball failed to exceed as well. Now LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets will be facing off against a Chicago Bulls defense that this season has been very solid overall when it comes to defending their perimeter. Top 10 in the NBA defensively, allowing some of the fewest threes from their opponents overall. And when it comes to defending against the opponent point guard position, the Charlotte Hornets are again pretty solid defensively, not allowing too many threes from their opponents' guards overall. Here's the Bulls' defensive numbers against opponent shooting guards for those who want to see that as well. But overall, coming into this game, we don't like LaMelo Ball to have enough opportunity to reach this line. Taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see LaMelo Ball is not getting that many minutes, especially for a starter. Over his last 10 games, just 30 minutes per game. Additionally, LaMelo Ball has not been that great of a three-point shooter, especially over his last 10 games. Sub 30% three-point shooting on 9 attempts per game has just not been very good for LaMelo Ball over his last 10 games. Ball also has a high foul rate over his last 10 games, averaging nearly 4 fouls per game, getting into foul trouble, which of course affects his minutes overall. So overall, coming into this game, we don't like LaMelo Ball to have plenty of time or opportunity to reach this line. Now on his career, LaMelo Ball has been a solid three-point shooter this season, digressing in his efficiency from behind the arc over his last 11 games he's played this season, under 3 3-pointers made per game. Again, shooting pretty poorly from behind the arc, sub 30% from 3 over his last 11 games. And coming into this game against a solid defense in the Chicago Bulls, especially when it comes to defending their perimeter, we don't like LaMelo Ball to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking LaMelo Ball for less than 2.5 3-pointers made. Now for our next pick, we'll be headed over to the points+ast tab, and this time we'll be selecting Miles Bridges for more than 22.5 points plus assist. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that this line Miles Bridges has actually exceeded in 6 of his last 10 games. Additionally, this line Bridges exceeded in 55% of his last 20 games. And the line this season, Miles Bridges has actually exceeded in 11 of the 18 games he's played. Additionally, last season, this was a line Miles Bridges exceeded in 64% of the games he played. Now, Miles Bridges and the Charlotte Hornets will be facing off against a Chicago Bulls defense that this season has not been very good overall when it comes to defending their opponent's points plus assists, giving up a fair share amount of points and assists to their opponents overall. And when it comes to defending against the opponent forward position, the Chicago Bulls are again not very good defensively, giving up a fair share amount of points and assists to this position. Here's the Bulls' defensive numbers against opponent power forwards for those of you guys who want to see that as well. Again, giving up a fair share amount of points and assists to their opponent power forwards overall. But coming into this game overall, we feel Miles Bridges will have plenty of opportunity to reach this line against a pretty poor Chicago Bulls defense when it comes to defending their opponents' scoring and playmaking. Taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see Miles Bridges is getting a solid dose of minutes per game over his last 10 games, 36 minutes per game. And while we would like to see his shooting numbers a bit more efficient over his last 10 games, just 42% field goal shooting, he still is getting up a fair share number of attempts per game over his last 10 games, over 18 attempts per game, which is very solid. And he is still a decent three-point shooter over his last 10 games, 33% from behind the arc on nearly 9 attempts per game. Not much of a playmaker over his last 10 games, just about 7 potential assists per game, but still pretty solid overall for his position. But overall, coming into this game, we do like Miles Bridges to have plenty of time as well as opportunity to reach this line. On his career, Miles Bridges has been a solid contributor this season, off to a better start than usual, over 21 points per game, near 22, and giving us a nice little cushion for this line, about 4 assists per game through his first 18 games. And overall, coming into this game against a poor Chicago Bulls defense when it comes to defending against their opponent's scoring and playmaking, we do like Miles Bridges to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Miles Bridges for more than 22.5 points plus assist. Now for those of you guys who are wisely making picks with Underdog as well, we want to share with you a couple of plays that we thought had a great chance of hitting, and that is Giannis Antetokounmpo for higher than 0.5 double-doubles, as well as Karl-Anthony Towns for higher than 0.5 double-doubles. And if you guys like making picks on the traditional PRA stats, but would also like to have access to making picks on whether or not players get double-doubles as well as triple-doubles, click our link in the description below and sign up for Underdog using code BETBLITZ, because when you do, you'll receive a free pick as well as $1,000 in bonus cash. And right now, Underdog has been going absolutely insane with all their free picks, discounted player props, as well as promos they are dropping as gifts in your lobby on a day-to-day basis. In fact, right now, Underdog is doing a very nice little promotion where they will give you an additional $100 in bonus cash after you play 5. So if you guys aren't already on Underdog, make sure you guys sign up using code BETBLITZ, claim your free pick and bonus cash. And if you guys are already on Underdog, make sure you guys go lock these plays in so you guys aren't leaving any money on the table. We have been cashing big on Underdog as of late, so make sure you guys go lock these in and trust us, your profits will increase. Now for our next play, we'll be headed over to the points plus rebounds tab, and this time we'll be selecting Nikola Jokic for more than 43.5 points plus rebounds. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that this line Nikola Jokic has actually exceeded in 6 of his last 10 games. But one of the features we really do love about Outlier is our ability to filter for game-specific conditions. And coming into this game, one of the game-specific conditions that we will like to filter out is days of rest. Coming into this game, the Denver Nuggets are going off a extended rest period, over 3 days of rest for Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, coming into this game exceeding this line in 5 of 9 such matchups where he's had 3 days of rest before a game. And this is a line that last season he exceeded in 5 of such 8 games as well. Additionally, head-to-head versus the San Antonio Spurs, this is a line Jokic exceeded in his last 2 matchups by a large margin. But now Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets will be facing off against a San Antonio Spurs defense that this season has been pretty solid overall when it comes to defending against their opponents' scoring and rebounding. Top 5 defensively in both of these categories for the San Antonio Spurs. And when it comes to defending against the opponent's center position, the Spurs are again just the same, pretty solid defensively, not allowing too many points or rebounds from the position. Additionally, coming into this game, the Denver Nuggets will be without Aaron Gordon, which will free up more scoring opportunity and even more touches for Jokic. He is already their number 1 option, but without another starter, we are expecting Jokic to put up a few more shot attempts than usual. Now, taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Nikola Jokic is getting a solid dose of minutes per game over his last 10 games, near 35 minutes per game. And one of the things we do love about Jokic is his excellent high efficiency from the field over his last 10 games, over 60% field goal shooting on nearly 19 attempts per game. He has also improved significantly from behind the arc over his last 10 games, nearly 5 attempts per game, making over 50% of those. And Jokic is also just an incredible monster on the glass over his last 10 games, over 20 rebound chances, which is absolutely staggering, even for a center. Additionally, Jokic is also very good overall getting to the line over his last 10 games, over 8 attempts per game, shooting very efficiently from behind the free throw line as well, over 86% over his last 10 games. So overall, coming into this game, we do like Nikola Jokic to have plenty of time as well as opportunity to reach this line. Now on a square, Nikola Jokic has been a solid scorer as well as rebounder this season, just the same, near 30 points per game as well as close to 13 rebounds. And coming into this game, with it being an NBA Cup game for Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets at home, we do like Jokic and the Nuggets to come out aggressive, and really for this to be a pretty tight game overall with how well the Spurs have also been playing. So overall, coming into this game, we do like Jokic to have plenty of time as well as opportunity to reach this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Nikola Jokic for more than 43.5 points plus rebounds. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 150 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks in our next video, so take a moment and hit that like button. And again, if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to them for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. We thank you for watching, we thank you to all of our channel members, and we'll see you in our next video.